welcome you all for non-traditional machining. Short form is NTM. Subject code is 18ME641. This is a module 5, Introduction to Laser Beam Machining, LBM. Short form is LBM. This is a lecture series L1. Myself Prashanta MV, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Canara Engineering College. If you have any doubts regarding this lecture series, kindly contact me. The mail ID is mvprashanta1985@canaraengineering.in. I will welcome you all again. Disclaimer: this PPT has been prepared by referring many sources, which includes figures, diagrams from internet as well as from prescribed text and reference books. I do not claim any originality in preparing this PPT or video. This PPT or video is exclusively for the purpose of education and not for any financial gains. I wholeheartedly thank all those who have directly or indirectly contributed to do this PPT or video. Once again, I will thank them all. Introduction. Laser beam machining. See, most of us are familiar with a common experiment performed for fun during our school days, in which sun rays are focused by a lens to burn a piece of paper. This experiment was done in our school days. Our science teacher did this project for understand purpose how a light is focused on a particular point and the paper will start burning, right? So the energy density achieved in this experiment is about 1 watt per millimeter square, and in the same way, let a laser beam be focused at a diamond surface, and the energy density at the diamond surface may be achieved so high so that it can melt and even vaporize the diamond. That much of energy this laser beam has. Okay, so before going to laser beam machining process, we will study something about what is a laser. Okay, see, the word laser is an acronym of light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Laser, that is a laser. Okay, and a laser, it is an optical transducer that converts electrical energy into a highly coherent light beam. It converts electrical energy into a light beam, and the light is emitted from a laser which differs from all other natural and man-made light sources because of its unique properties. Okay, and it is able to perform material processing tasks like machining, cutting, creating some miniatures. So because of its properties, this laser beam is it has some monochromaticity and unidirection. So many unique characteristics it has. We will study this one in the later slides. Here, the laser beam machining, it is a thermal material removal process, and that utilizes a high energy monochromatic beam of a light, and which is used to melt and vaporize the particles on the surface of the workpiece. and workpiece which is made up of either a metal or a non-metal. And the machining is achieved by a laser device which produces a light beam with various characteristics, as I told, that unique characteristics. The electrical energy supplied to the laser which is converted into a light energy, and then it is converted to thermal energy or heat energy. And the temperature generated is high enough to melt and vaporize any kind of material irrespective of their thickness. Next, we will move on to need for a laser beam machining. See, what is the main purpose, or why it is required for, or why we prefer a laser beam machining. Okay. See here, machining is machining is a task which produces or which converts raw material into finished product. Okay, so machining of very thin materials like those used in electronic and hydraulic components means very high precision components. Okay, so very high precision components are used in electronic and hydraulic equipments. So for machining these kind of electronic and hydraulic components, laser beam machining is preferred. And machining of such materials is very difficult by conventional or traditional machining methods. Hence, this laser beam machining is preferred in such cases. And also, few of the non-traditional machining methods are also not suitable in these cases. Okay. And lasers are mainly used to cut, drill and weld materials. However, they can also be used to mark parts like scribbing and marking, and heat treat surfaces and selectively clad materials. This is the one of the applications of a laser beam machining. And laser beam machining is preferred to perform micro machining on all difficult to cut materials like ceramics, diamond, glass, semiconductor wafers and chips, etc. This is also one of the applications of laser beam machining. Principle of laser beam machining, as I said in the first slide, I have told already, laser beam machining is a thermal energy utilization process in which the workpiece material is melted and vaporized by means of an intense monochromatic beam of light, and the laser is a device which produces light beam with various characteristics, right? Same thing I have already explained in the beginning slide, first slide. Now we will move on to the next slide. Equipment. Here, see, xenon flash tube. Look at the schematic diagram of laser beam machining. Here mainly ruby crystal, xenon flash tube, then see, look at here, xenon flash tube. I will show you. See, ruby crystal, this is the ruby crystal, and next is xenon flash tube. See, xenon flash tube, and cooling system. This is very important. There is a cooling system. Okay, and focusing lens. Look at here. See, focusing lens somewhere here. This is the focusing lens. Okay, and look at this. Here, the main laser producing element is a ruby crystal. Ruby crystal is the main laser producing element. Okay. Here, look at this. Now I will move on to parts of the this one equipment. See, first one is in the figure you see ruby crystal, xenon flash tube, cooling system, focusing lens, right? A ruby crystal. See, the crystal which is cylindrical in shape, and it forms the very important part of the laser beam equipment. And ruby is a aluminum oxide and a chromium, okay, aluminum oxide with chromium dispersed throughout it. Ruby is in the ruby, aluminum oxide with chromium dispersed throughout it, and both the ends of the ruby crystal are made absolutely parallel to each other, and one of the end faces of the crystal is highly silvered, so that it reflects nearly a 96% of the incident light. Whatever the light energy is produced inside the ruby crystal, about 96% it is reflected from the top end. Top end is, see, 90%, it is reflected about 96% of the incident light. And in order to tap the laser output, the other end means the bottom face, bottom surface, the other end face of the crystal is partially silvered, and in that surface it has one small hole, so through which the laser beam emerges, means the laser beam output from the ruby crystal through some small tiny hole present in the that bottom surface, okay, that is partially silvered surface. Next is a xenon flash tube. The ruby crystal is surrounded by a helical flash tube containing an inert gas, like xenon, and which itself in turn is surrounded by a reflector. You can see to it in the diagram. Also, to maximize the intensity of the incident light on the ruby crystal, the xenon tube is connected to a pulsed high voltage source, by which the xenon transforms the electrical energy into a light, that is white light. So this is the light energy in the laser beam machining. So xenon flash tube helpful to transform the electrical energy into light energy. And next is a cooling mechanism. See, a cooling mechanism or cooling system which utilizes a water or air or liquid nitrogen is provided to protect the ruby crystal from the enormous amount of heat is generated. So ruby crystal, it becomes less efficient at high temperatures, hence the cooling system is provided. So cooling mechanism circulates a coolant in the laser tube assembly to avoid its overheating in long continuous operation. So this is the working or help of cooling mechanism in laser beam machining. Next we will move on to focusing lens. It is also plays a very important role here. The light beam or a laser beam which escapes or which emerges from the small tiny hole of the ruby crystal, it possesses low power densities. So the beam is useless for material processing applications until its power density is increased. So this is achieved by means of a focusing lens. So as the name tells, focusing the light. So the lens focuses the laser beam to a converge mode, to a narrow spot of the narrow spot on the workpiece. So thereby increasing its power density. So when it is focused in a converging mode and strikes on the work surface with high power density. So it is more than enough to melt and vaporize the workpiece material. Next part is a workpiece. The range of a workpiece material that can be machined by laser beam machining includes high hardness and strength materials like high hardness and strength materials like ceramics, glass to softer materials like plastics, rubber, wood, etc. And a good workpiece material, high light energy absorption power, poor reflectivity, poor thermal conductivity, low specific heat, low melting point and low latent heat. This is regarding a workpiece material. Next, we will move on to complete laser beam machining operation. See, in operation, when the xenon flash tube is connected to a pulsed high voltage source, the inert gas like xenon transforms the electrical energy into light energy, that is a white light which flashes. Since the ruby crystal is exposed to the intense light flashes, the chromium atoms of the crystal are excited and pumped to a higher energy level. So those chromium atoms immediately drop to an intermediate energy level with the evolution of heat and eventually drop back to their original state with the evolution of a discrete quantity of radiation in the form of a red fluorescent light. As the red light emitted by one excited atom hits another excited atom, the second atom gives off a red light which is in phase with the colliding red light wave, and the effect is enhanced as the silvered ends of the ruby crystal cause the red light to reflect back and forth along the length of the crystal. And the chain reaction collisions between the red light wave and the chromium atoms become so numerous that finally the total energy bursts and escapes through a tiny hole in the bottom surface and as laser beam. The beam is focused with a simple lens, that is focusing lens, to obtain high power densities in small areas of the workpiece, the surface of the workpiece. The intense heat of the laser beam is used to melt or evaporate the workpiece material being cut. A stream of a gas like oxygen, nitrogen or argon is often used to blow the molten metal throughout the cut. Through the cut. Cool the workpiece and minimize the heat affected zone. The type of gas used depends on the workpiece material being cut, which is the type of gas is mainly depends on the characteristic of workpiece material. Oxygen is used for mild steel workpieces, nitrogen or oxygen used for stainless steel, and nitrogen for aluminium, and argon for titanium metals. Okay, and the table carrying the workpiece can be moved in 3 dimensions with respect to the laser beam to obtain the desired profile to cut on the workpiece. This is everything you seen in the diagram. This is the complete process of a laser beam machining. So now we'll move on to next video. Thank you everyone.